Welcome to a new edition of Turnbuckle. Ted, I'm your host, Ted. Just want to talk about the Royal Rumble that went down last weekend. My predictions were correct, as I predicted on my last episode. Rock going over for the WWE Championship, and John Cena winning the Royal Rumble. Sets up Cena versus Rock 2 at Mania. I think this would be really good for both stars. Last year's WrestleMania, they tried to steal the spotlight, didn't live up to the hype in a lot of people's eyes and opinions. I think this year, adding the championship to the mix will make things a little more interesting. In two aspects. One, it's for the championship, and two, they have to have a better match than they did last year. I believe that if they don't, Vince is really going to get a lot of scrutiny. So the pressure is definitely on them, not only to outperform last year, but to make the main event be the best one that we've seen in quite some time. A lot of rumors and speculation going on out there about Undertaker. Is he going to compete this year? Is he not? I don't know if he's got it in him to go one more big epic match, because every time he gets in Mania, he has to try to do better than what he did the year before. Personally, I don't think he has anything else to prove. He's got the streak. He's won titles. He's been around forever. To take on CM Punk would be entertaining, but for him to not be able to compete at the level he would need to would really take away from the match. His last match against Triple H last year at Mania, Triple H and him, another match that didn't quite really live up to the hype. They did well. I believe their match the year before was a jillion times better than this year, or last year's Mania. This year, I don't think Taker not being there is going to affect Mania as much as people would probably think. I would kind of hinge more towards the fact that Taker not wrestling CM Punk would be better, just for the simple aspect of his health. So where does that leave CM Punk? Well, I don't know. But it's the WWE. They'll figure things out. They'll figure something out. Heck, they might even throw him in with Cena and The Rock and do a triple threat. At this point, that would be the only logical thing to really do, considering everything that's gone down with the championship. Also, you've got build up there with Lesnar and Triple H. Obviously, he's going to have to come out on Raw, Triple H, and call out Lesnar and tell him, look, you don't push my family around, you don't throw him around, and that'll take off that way. It'll be interesting to see how it all pans out, really, with that angle and storyline. Got an Elimination Chamber right around the corner. I don't have any predictions yet for that. They're still trying to sort things out with puzzle piece-wise on who's going to be in the chamber for both titles. I wouldn't be surprised if Ziggler cashes in at Elimination Chamber. There's too much hype around him cashing in at Mania. I don't believe that's going to happen because, as Vince says, his fans aren't stupid, and the only way to throw them off is to have Ziggler cash that in much, much sooner than expected. And I think Elimination Chamber would be the best spot. If not, the next night after Elimination Chamber on Raw wouldn't be a bad spot either. I don't see it happening at Mania, but who knows? It is the WWE. Off to the Indies. A lot of great things happening in the state of Florida. Been getting a few submissions email-wise on promoting upcoming shows. One show I do want to talk about real briefly is Top Rope Pro Wrestling. They've got a big show coming up in April, Night of the Legends 2. Kevin Nash has been signed for that night. Also, Jake Roberts has been signed for that night. Jake's farewell tour pretty much is this year, and he's had some epic feuds. Andre the Giant. He had a little stint with Ricky Steamboat, Macho Man, and of course Rick Rude was one of his better known feuds. It's great to see this guy turn his life around late late. With the substance abuse that he's had to go through, depression and everything else. He's getting one last little hurrah. I really wish him the best. I hope things work out for him. I hope he gets into Florida to work a promotion or two so that I can go watch him work live. I've not had the chance to do that. Kevin Nash is going to be on that card. TopRopeProWrestling.com for details. They've got some decent names scheduled for this April 13th show in Waynesboro. That's in Virginia. So if you're in that area, go check out that show. Go to their website. Get the up-to-date info as it happens from them. I Believe, promotion with Larry Zbyszko. IBelieveInWrestling.com. Their upcoming show's coming up this Sunday, February 10th. That's taking place in Orlando, Florida. Got some decent names on that card. Tim Zbyszko, Aaron Epic, Donovan Terrell, to name a few. They've got some great matches lined up. Their heavyweight champ, JD Amazing. Their cruiserweight champ will be in action. And then they got a number one contenders match for their cruiserweight championship, which should be very, very good to watch. The four men in there going to compete and work their tails off to get that number one contenders spot. So if you're in the Orlando area this Sunday, February 10th, IBelieveInWrestling.com. Great promotion, a lot of great things happening over there. Also coming up on the 10th, DWI, Definitive Wrestling International. They run in Riverview, Florida. They have their annual monthly show this Sunday as well at the Riverview Flea Market. Their heavyweight champ, Andreas Rossi, takes on a newcomer named Monster, 6'10" guy, 390 pounds. Guy's enormous. So that'll be an interesting match to watch. Also, very well-known and respected tag team, the Highwaymen, will take on Celtic United. That should be a good match. And they've got their junior heavyweight champion in action. That another great match. Go check them out. They're at DWIWrestling.com. If you're in the Riverview area on Sunday, pick up the family and take them over there. Great family atmosphere, great promotion. Another promotion that's hosting a show this weekend on February 9th is Florida Pro Wrestling. They're holding their annual award show along with Hall of Fame. They're inducting local Florida wrestling legend Carnage and former WCW and WWE wrestling legend Bob Cook into their Hall of Fame. Both are great and well respected in the community and in the wrestling world, both those guys. Also, they've got 6 big matches, 3 title matches, a lumberjack match for their Suncoast Championship. That should be an interesting match. You've got Mark Boswell taking on Viper. Tag champs are in action, and looks like they're going to be crowning a new, they call it the FPW champion, equivalent to a heavyweight champion. Definitely check them out, FloridaProWrestling.com. Great family-oriented show as well. 2 great promotions in the area. Their show will be in Venice, Florida. So if you're in or around the greater Tampa Bay area, definitely go check out DWI and Florida Pro Wrestling this weekend. And if you're in the Orlando area, go check out I Believe in Wrestling. Two great promotions in the lower Tampa Bay area, and then one in Orlando. And I've been trying to get more posts and messages from everyone, promoters. If you'd like to hear your promotion being advertised and promoted on Turnbuckle Ted, just shoot me an email or shoot me a private message either on Facebook or go to turnbuckleted.com. If you really want to help get your promotion over, got a great opportunity to do that. Also, wrestlers, referees, managers, valets, if you're looking for more opportunity to get more work out there wrestling and managing or whatever, turnbuckleted.com. Go to my website. There's a link right there to help you get your name out there. And folks, if you love wrestling, fans, if you love wrestling, or if you half-hearted love wrestling, or you just like to go to make fun of it, go on Yahoo, go on Google, get on Facebook, get on these forums, 911wrestling.com, sign up, learn about your local independent professional wrestling companies, and go out there and support them. Throw out the $5, the $10, throw out a little extra. These guys put their necks on the line to entertain you, and it's fun for the family. A lot of these shows are family oriented. It's cheaper than going to the movies most of the time. The storylines, some are great, some are not so great. Doesn't matter. Support your local independent professional wrestling companies. So I want to touch on just a few things on the indie scene. We had the Steel Horse thing. I'm going to try to let that lie, but I've got somebody that was involved in the match that I'm going to bring on my show and just ask a few questions about it. I think that it is no pun intended, kicking a dead horse, beating a dead horse with me bringing it back up. But what would be a better way than to talk about it other than somebody that was involved in the match? I'm talking about actually the referee, J.W. Anderson. I'm going to have him on the show this week and get his perspective and ask him questions as to how he felt things went down and whether he felt it was the right thing to do or not. That whole situation still kind of bugs me. It's funny that it got as much limelight as quick as it did, and then it is just as quick as it got brought up, it's been dropped like a bad habit. Steel Horse Vachon, if you do listen to this, I would love to get a chance to talk to you and get your perspective on what happened. Shoot me a message. Please send me a message. I'd love to get you on the show and give you a chance to explain your side. And, just man up and tell us what happened, and try to clear the air a little bit on all of this and get some better insight on what really, really happened. So, Steel Horse, if you're listening, get in contact with me. I want you on the show. I want to hear your side of the story, and let's put this to bed and let us all walk away. The last thing you probably want is the bad blackballing publicity that you've had for the last couple weeks over this, but you got a chance to clear your name, and I'm going to give you that platform to do it. So, Steel Horse, if you're out there, if you're listening, please contact me. I want to hear from you. Want to talk about a little topic, women as a referee. Plenty of women referees out there on the independent scene. Do they distract from the matches, or are they as agile, so on and so forth? What my thought is as long as they can make the 3 count, that's all that matters. Put them in the short little shorts like TNA does, or little skimpy whatever. That's fine. There's a certain sex appeal that you have to have, whether you're in the big WWE or TNA spotlight or on the independent scene. Independent pro wrestling is thriving and still pushing on strong, but there's a certain amount of sex appeal that we've lost, I think, over the years because of PG-rated shows or trying to be PG-14 or whatever the rating. Look, if there's stuff on there that your kids can't watch, then obviously don't take them to it or change the channel. Men spend money to see sex appeal, whether it be a strip club, if you may, or going to a football game just to sit sidelines and be able to see the cheerleaders jumping up and down and cheering and screaming and everything else. There's a demographic out there that pays to see certain entertainment on every show. So women as referees, I don't have a problem with it as long as they're not dragging their feet, as long as they're not making the match less entertaining. I don't have a problem with it. Quite frankly, I think it's a smart marketing idea if you throw it out there the right way. Now, if you just grab some random woman that can count to 3 and just throw her out there, shirt untucked, and her hair's not done, and looking like she just woke up and rolled out of bed and threw a referee shirt on, I guess to a certain degree, you can't really say that that's appealing. I mean, I'm not trying to be sexist with this by any means, but you got to have a certain sex appeal to putting the striped shirt on a woman. So my opinion, if she can count to 3, she doesn't take away from the match, more power to her. Women referees are okay in my book. Just want to talk about a few things coming up. Dr. Tom Pritchard is hosting a 3-hour seminar at the next SWA show. Really great guy. If you got an opportunity to go check that out, please do. SWA's WrestleMania of the Gulf Coast show is coming up. That'll be in April of this year. He's hosting that at the National Guard Armory in Crestview, Florida. I get a lot of submissions for Florida independent pro wrestling shows and venues and events coming up. I'd like to hear more nationwide stuff. Please send me any information that you have. Again, Dr. Tom Pritchard, really great guy, very smart, been in the business a long time. His seminar's $30 per person. It's a really great price. I mean, you're basically paying $10 an hour for a 3-hour seminar. So, I mean, why wouldn't you take advantage of this opportunity? I encourage everybody to go check this out, male or female. If you've been interested in getting to know more about wrestling or getting into wrestling and you're in that area, go check it out. You can find more information about this. Go check out 911wrestling.com. Great website, great spot for fans and wrestlers to get familiar with what's going on in the wrestling world. So again, not to sound repetitive, Dr. Tom Pritchard, he's having a 3-hour seminar coming up in April of this year. Go check it out. Wrestlers, promoters, managers, referees, divas, valets, fans, go to turnbuckleted.com if you want to get your name out there and promote not only yourself or a wrestling promotion. Go to my website, turnbuckleted.com, and submit your information there. You'll find it there. I'd love to get more information from people. That way we can get your names out there, the results from your shows, and everything else that's going on. Thank you for listening in. Turnbuckleted.com for submitting your info. Would love to hear from you. And I will have the referee from the Steel Horse incident on later on this week. Definitely tune in. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is where I'm going to be submitting all my wrestling talk interviews and everything else that's going on. Don't delay on any of the local pro wrestling independent shows in your area. Go show your support wrestling. Thank you for listening in. This is Turnbuckle Ted, and I will talk to you guys soon.